All right, y'all. So I got a late start today. It's about 11 a.m. I was supposed to leave like way earlier. Blah, blah, blah. So I got a late start, but I'm headed I'm about an hour away from the Manistee National Forest. And I'm going to do some solo tent camping and hiking with a hot stove and all of the stuff. And I've already had some things go awry, so keep this video short. But I'm gonna walk you all through. We're gonna see how this goes. Because I'm already up here, and this is the roads and everything. It's like a icy type of situation. Lots of fallen branches. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll be out here for a couple days. I'm gonna try to get as much stuff on video for y'all as I can, so check it out. See what other outdoor stuff Michigan got to offer in the same place I've been going for the last 30 years. All right. It's starting to look interesting, y'all. Starting to look interesting. All right. So, I gotta get used to this tent thing. All right. So, let's see. We got a little piece of fat wood here. Just bought straight from like Home Depot or something. I'm going to use this as my starter today. And then I've got a pile of dry wood here. I've got to get my stuff organized. I'll get some lights set up and all of that. I got the fire out there going, but I want to get this stove going just in case. So, fat wood, for those of you that don't know, my understanding of fat wood is just like wood that has a bunch of resin and oil left in it. I think you can get, I don't know if it's called fat wood, but like if you get like the usually it's on the lower level branches of like an evergreen tree. If they've been broken off or damaged, you get like them little nubs. Sometimes you can just kick them off. At least from what I've seen. I've lit one up before, but from what I've seen with like the other people I follow, you can knock that off and split it, and it's essentially similar, if not the same thing, because I'm not 100% sure. It's similar, if not the same thing, as fat wood. It's got a lot of resin. It's really easy to fire up. So I'll just show y'all that right now. Right, simple, one stick, regular little Bic lighter. Oh, camera, where'd you go? Camera. Hey. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it's having trouble tracking me for some reason. Might be dark, light, and whatever. There we go. So, now the thing with this fat wood, though, it will, like the resins and the oils and stuff in it, will drip off and like start burning other stuff. So, you can see that fired up real quick. Take this journey together, and if you didn't, right, because I mean, you know, the people that know me, I'm from the city. I'm from Detroit. This is not what I would consider a normal weekend Detroit activity. Looks like I'm about to add this other piece of fat wood just so I can get this thing cracking. Right, I mean, I could just, you know what? I'm just about to get my torch. Right, that's what I got it for. I don't know how safe it is. I don't know how safe it's going to be using a propane blowtorch inside my tent, but let's feed them some of this wood. It's cold and wet. Hopefully it catches. Like I said, I can just use the blowtorch again if need be and get it cool. That's what I'm probably going to do to start it, just because I don't feel like fiddling with this a long time. I'm not going to put all that in there because I don't want to have to keep coming back. I don't want to have to feed it all night or whatever. Really, right now, I'm just trying to get it started so I can see how much heat it's going to put off and what I'm going to really need in this tank. I'm going to need to make some food soon. All right, let's take a little break. All right, y'all. It is, looks like it's just about to go on 7 o'clock in a minute or so. I've got, still learning how to use my stove here. I mean, it's burning wood. Just trying to get my temperature control together. I keep getting a lot of smoke in here, but it is time for me to eat. So let's see. I think what I'm gonna do, I've got some chimichurri marinated venison tenderloin. Actually made some of this for Christmas. And I was like, well, why bring the one I didn't cook? So this is like almost rare, basically, cooking it for the family or whatever. And then I kind of just let everybody kind of take it to their own temperature on the grill or whatnot. So I'm gonna throw me a couple pieces. I got my cast iron skillet. I don't want to open my stove here. It would get it hot enough to cook on here, but it seems like it's creating a lot of smoke. So I'm gonna go outside here and just cook it in the fire. So let's see. We got this one. Two, so three pretty sizable slices there. You know what? I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna go with 4. All right. Put all this back down. And I have some mashed potatoes too. So I'm gonna see if I can get these heated up in this skillet with this steak. I don't feel like I'm not using two things. We're gonna make this up, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Got about half of those over there. Cold mashed potatoes. And roll that back up. And this cheese is really for my omelet. I'm putting some of this cheese in my mashed potatoes. I don't know if it's gonna get it too hot and it's gonna melt it down or what, because it's cheddar, so you know how that goes sometimes. But that should be good enough for that right there. A little cheese. I'm not cold in here at all. My feet are still a little cold, but I'm not gonna blame that on the stove right now. I think that's a user error on my fault with the boot choice, probably. A little salt and pepper. Mix up a little bit. Alright, I'll give that extra little something. And I got a little side of chimichurri too, so that'll be good. Sock's still not all the way dry. Whew. That's pretty warm. Just lay those over here. See what happens. Excuse me. Okay, let's get all of my stuff back. I said you gotta pack everything as you go. And if I eat all of this, I got a couple andouille sausages I could roast over the fire real quick. Okay. Maybe we'll just put those near the fire where I burnt them up some. Okay. Gloves. Got chimichurri. Let's go drop this bad boy in the campfire. I'll probably eat it right out there in my chair. I'll close everything up in here and let it get warmed up. Ow. I don't know. Should I leave this light? Should I take this light out there with me? Well, yeah, might as well. Oh, I got it tied. I'm not doing that. So, headlamp it is. All right. I think steak with venison will probably heat up for these mashed potatoes, but we're gonna see. You do not want overcooked venison. It's horrible. It's tough as nails. Oh, Mother Nature almost took your boy out. Okay. Alright. I left my hat out here. Alright. So, stick my hat right there for right now. We'll pop this. I'm going to pop it right on top here. Oh, okay, good. All right. Oh, yeah. I get that. Mess up my pan a little bit. But that's about to be a quick, delicious meal. It's easy mashed potatoes. That's a meal right there, y'all. That is a meal. Yeah. It happens you walk away too long with a fire, but we kind of cooked the mashed potatoes to the bottom with the cheese. We're just gonna call that a little texture. Gave it a little texture. Okay. I don't have no plate, so turn that to the side. But, man, that ain't bad. I have to be sitting in the woods. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That light seems to work better, at least for the purposes of what I got going on right now. I could maybe shine this one from the side or something. Okay. All right. All right, get my lip back. But yeah, we got everything cracking. Oh yeah. Okay. I got my fire. I got my chimichurri. Oh, yeah, let's shake this up. All right, yeah. Chimichurri looks like it froze a little bit at the bottom, but it'll be all right. Oh yeah, that's good. I can't really. And that's a nice green chimichurri. Pan's cooled off good. I guess it would, since it's sitting in snow. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm just gonna pour chimichurri right over the venison. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah. This is what I've been looking forward to. It's so good. Goodness. Back straps, tenderloin. Really earthy chimichurri. It's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. That was absolutely amazing. So, clean my pot, clean my pan real quick. Just get a big wad of snow. Pack that, toss that in there for a quick second, and I'm still hungry. I'm about to get one of these chicken andouille sausages, and I'm gonna throw it straight on the coals. Oh, it's toasty up here. Good chicken andouille, just toss it right in there. Let it sizzle up, pick it on out, have that. And then got me some little caramel corn, my little snack. And then I'll be in for the evening. All right, y'all. It is 7:30. It's pitch black. I pulled my, I got a little Aldi bag, but pretty sure I saw a couple bear tracks earlier. I have food, and it's in containers, but I said because it's the first time and I'm unfamiliar the area and just the complete lay of the land. The fire's starting to die out, and I had the rope, so I pulled the food up in the tree. That way I don't have any smells or anything bringing anything right in trying to get inside the tent. So the fire's dying down. About to get the chair, take it on in. And it is, almost lost my fork. It is nice and warm and toasty inside the tent. So let's go on in here real quick. Oh yeah, yeah. I should have brought a little thermometer. So I can check see how well this thing is actually working. Let's open my other light here. I can turn my headlamp off, save these batteries. Oh man. But I mean, my little stove is kicking. Yeah. Looks like it's time to add some more wood. But I stayed out of it for a minute. I had it zipped up. I mean, it feels pretty good in here now, to be honest. And I haven't had any, no water on the inside. Where's my hat at? I got a hat in here somewhere so I can take this thing off. I gotta get my little area organized. You gotta keep everything super organized. There we go. Whew. Yeah, keep everything super organized in these sets here. So, you know what? I could probably take this off actually. Ooh, hat's a little cold, but that's cool. I'm warm. So, let's see. I got my light hanging up right there. I'm not gonna blind y'all with it, but I got my little stuff. I forgot to put my chimichurri back in the bag, and I got me some little munchies. I'm gonna eat on that. Notebook and stuff, so I can, write down anything that comes to me when I'm up here with all this nice quiet. But yes, I'm good and toasty warm. I'm about to get out of these boots, let them warm up, and then I fold out my sleeping bag and everything. I can tell you the one thing I know I'm gonna have to bring next time is a small rug or something like that where I can knock my feet off, because the base, got water everywhere from tracking the snow in, and when I was building it and the wood and everything. So I'm gonna finish getting set up real quick, and might make one more video or so, and then we're gonna probably start getting ready for bed. All right, y'all. It is 9:11 p.m. I've eaten. I've got firewood. I got the stove going. It's so warm. See, I'm down to t-shirt. And I'm tired, so I guess I'm just about to go to bed. I checked the last little piece of setup. My chair over there. That's just my hydration pack that I just never moved, so it's just gonna stay there. And over here we got the stove doing this thing. Ain't going out the stove jack. And then I got my boots sitting right up under the stove, trying to get those dried out good. Some wood that I had drying out next to stuff. And then I just got it's like my little mess area, socks and type of stuff in boxes and everything. And then I got little blow up pillow deal. And that's it. I mean, I got everything that I could possibly need. I got me a little something to munch on real quick. But I'm about to go ahead and crash, y'all. Catch y'all in the AM. Alright, y'all. So, I hope the video gets clipped the right way. But in previous videos, I said the goal is to have to not come back to the truck. And now obviously I'm not posting the video, I'm making the video. But I've made my mind up that I'm going to post it. Now, it's, the whole point of the page and whatnot is for full transparency, show everybody what it takes, the mistakes I make, as well as the successes. So I didn't have to come back to the truck last night. It's 10:15 the next morning. I woke up, tended to the stove or whatever for a little while, got myself warmed back up, got my clothes situation together, and my power bank, didn't get a new one. My old power bank either wouldn't cut on, got too cold, whatever the case may be, and my phone got so cold it wouldn't even come on this morning. Right, so I learned, lesson learned. I'll figure out something with that. So and trying to figure out. Yesterday, my feet got so wet because the temperature jumped up to. It was freezing rain and snow like all morning, and then the temperature jumped up to like 35, 30 something, 35, 37, and all of the snow super wet. Wet, dense, heavy snow. So it just covered my boots. It was like I was just walking through water. So I'm still learning the hot spots and where to set my stuff around the stove, how to get my stuff dried out the right way. I'll probably end up doing something to these boots, bear grease, waterproof, or something. So I'm back in the truck. I'm going to let this phone charge and let the receiver to my microphone charge. And then I'm going to go cut some more wood, and then I'll come back and get my phone. We'll go back. I'll go back. I'll go back I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make some breakfast or not. It says 10. I really want to walk down to the Manistee River, see how far that trail is. And once again, like I said, poor planning and just being a first time. I was supposed to make mini stops, but yesterday, because of the late start, I got jacked up. This is where I am parked in the truck. So I'm camped somewhere up in here because I'm like right out. The trail's right there, right? I'm parked right here. So I'm guessing, because I don't know the scale on the map really, or how to do it on the GPS. I'm figuring that's another half mile or mile to the river. So I'm gonna get some wood. I'm gonna do all of that stuff first, all my prep stuff first. I'm gonna do all my prep stuff first. Get the wood cut. I got some trees knocked down, good dead standing timber that I knocked down, cut down. I'm gonna cut up and take back to camp now. Then I'll go out and do a walk or whatever, hike, whatever, see where the trail takes me. And then hopefully I'll just come back and maybe make a huge dinner. I have to see, because I am pretty hungry. So we'll see what happens. But truck's got to stay on for now, charge the phones and gear. So get back at y'all in a few. All right. Whew. So, hold on. All right. So, our camp is going. Excuse me. I'm about to walk back down to the main trail here, and I'm pretty sure, at least I'm hoping, it takes me down to the Manistee River. Oh yeah, honey, y'all can check this out. This is, my niece has got this for me. This is a bear horn. I'd never heard of a bear horn, but apparently you hit it, and the sound is so loud. Apparently it's supposed to scare off all predators. Now, I don't really like agitating the wildlife like that. Theoretically, I'd like to see whatever I can, but so I need to go back. I'm unprepared for this walk. Go back and get my rifle. But this is what the bear horn sounds like. Jesus, that is insanely loud. So hopefully I don't have to use that. But like I said, I'll have my rifle on me either way. So I'm gonna go down to the river, or trying to go down to the river, and if I get there, I go, find a little spot I can chill at, clear out. I might make me a little fire. I got a couple sausages in my pocket. Pause, big pause. But I got a couple sausages in a Ziploc bag. And I might just find a stick, roast something up real quick, have me some lunch down there. I didn't get to make breakfast. Just had too much going on. So yeah, I got my chest pack, my bear horn, my hydration pack with some water in it, and we got to get rocking. Now I'm properly prepared to go walking through the woods. I'll throw this on, and then I'll get back at y'all in a minute on the trail. All right, y'all. Just got back down to the main trail, kind of following this opening. All so far, it's lots and lots and lots of deer tracks. Those are all deer tracks. This is all the track that runs through here. But yeah, I saw like 5 or 6 across the road. I haven't seen anything else since. But I mean, it makes sense. I'm making a bunch of noise and stuff, building fires and whatnot. So we're gonna walk on in a ways and see what we. But I mean, I know this ain't everybody's bag, but this is absolutely beautiful to me. Alright. That goes down over that area. I haven't been over there. I've only been up on the right side of the trail so far. So we're just gonna keep taking the trail and seeing where it leads us. All right, y'all. I don't know. I probably don't want another half mile or so here. You can see it's pretty wide, pretty open, but I don't know if you can see, but it's like something dips down over that way. And I haven't been there. And I see it looks like it dips down, and then it's like I see a elevation on the other side. So I'm going to walk back in my same tracks. All right. And yeah, let's see if I can get this angle, what I'm trying to show y'all here. You see how that ridge kind of right there past the tree, it dips down, and then you look across the snow on the elevation. I want to see what that is. I'm not sure if that's the Manistee River, because the trail's taking me away from this area, so I'm gonna go check that out first, and then I'll come back to my trail. Well, y'all, I was right. I'm gonna have to make me one of them TikTok or Instagram reel or something, because this is one of them moments where it's blessed to be healthy enough to see this. I mean, like I said, I know the wintertime ain't everybody's bag, but I mean, that's a beautiful view, man. I'm about to figure out a way down here. I just don't want to go too far off the beaten path. So I like to stay on the trail. This looks like this is an offshoot of a trail, or this could just be a rundown deer run. Who knows? But I'm gonna follow it down and then trail around, see where I can get, how close I can get to this river. That's the good part, man. about nature, especially you slow yourself down, it's always something to see. Pretty sure it's the beavers that built dams. All right, they're chewing that down. Chewed these all up here. So I'm gonna go down this way, see how close I can get down to the water over here. All right, y'all. And I found me a little, I don't know, like topography terminology. And I'm like, really, I've always been like really bad with geography and like that's just the terminology and stuff. So I'm just gonna call it like an embankment, like a little ridge back here. Right? See, that was the trail I was on. I saw this. I came down here and then it led me to this little spot right here. And ooh, ooh, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, I would say, what better place to stop and have lunch real quick? I mean, this is it for me. So I'm gonna pop down, try to build a little small fire to be able to roast this little andouille sausage or whatever, eat, then I'll get back to my trek. All right. So we got a little spot. Check out real quick. Need to get my gloves going. Guess my hands ain't in my pockets no more. Ooh, it's a little chillier off this river, I can tell you that. I mean, I've been off the river, but I'm directly off the river. All right. No propane torch this time. I do have a lighter and I got some fat wood. Now, the key, I'm about to go up here and see if I can get somewhat a little brush from underneath some of this stuff where it's not, hopefully it's not super duper wet. Oh, that's what I need. It's this here. All right. We should be good because I'm surrounded by what I call evergreens. I don't know, pine trees, whatever. And pine trees are always going to have like little dead branches down toward the bottom. They're usually pretty dry. So I'm going to set these on top of my coat real quick so they don't just keep getting wet. I get more of these. Yeah, come on. All right. All right. Ooh. All right. We got a bunch of sticks. I'm gonna clear me a spot out here. All right. So we're gonna try to keep this fire small. I don't plan on being here real long. So I got that. Let's see. Oh, I got a few more up here. And we're gonna see if this lights up as easy as I think it is. Trusty Dusty gas station lighter. And a stick of fat wood. So, say I've modified the lighter slightly. Give us a slightly more serious flame. You got to be careful though. If you hold it too long after you've done this to the lighter, it'll do that. Where it stays lit. I'll let this fat wood get good and set. Good and get a good flame on it. I'll probably even hit the other side. All right. Got a decent, other side went out. This side's burning pretty good. That wood, I mean, it just stays lit. And I could just do like this. Really get the whole thing going. So let's see. I'll take some of this off the top. Lay it on top of this stuff here. I'm gonna light this other end again. I'm gonna try to light the other end again. Yeah, this wood is wetter than I thought. But that fat wood stays lit. So say for those of y'all that know me, you can tell how much I really want to do this because y'all that know me know that me sitting like this makes it feels like my kneecaps are about to skip across this river like a rock. Oh, look, no hands, y'all. Yeah. It's fighting. It's fighting. Move some of that around. All right, I'm gonna see if I can. Even these leaves is all wet. Let's see. That one leaf ain't sparked up yet, so I don't think leaves are gonna be the answer. If I can find a pile of dry ones, but I gotta get something a little more dead and a little more dry. I don't know how plausible that's gonna be on the bank of a river. Uh, River moving at a pretty nice clip. I mean, the river is moving. And the river's moving, and so is the wind. But see, I done stopped moving. So, you know what? All right, let me go back to trying to find some more dry stuff here. Say the glizzy out the bag coming straight out your pocket is crazy work. But I'm camping, so I refuse to be judged. But what I'd like to do is to come out here. One, I have to learn how to fish. I mean, it's fishing. Everybody knows the concept of fishing, but I probably haven't fished in close to 20 years. And the last time I think it was like I wasn't far from here. We used to go to with my parents. I used to go to the Salmon Run. I think Brethren, Michigan. We used to go to the Salmon Run. That's a different type of fishing because I mean, like you can just see the fish right in the river. Um, but the goal will be one of the goals will be to come out here for a few days and um, only eat what I can catch, and only start fires, with quote unquote natural products. Um, so eat fish for a bunch of days, I guess. Not a bunch of days, a few days. And if I don't catch no fish, I don't eat. That's the ultimate goal. So we may do a test run on it, like come out here, start trying to fish, realize I don't know what I'm doing, and then have all my backup food at camp. Uh, but eventually I'll get to the point, or once I'm confident in my fishing skills, and like I said, I got to do a lot of work in terms of like topography, map, satellite GPS stuff that doesn't run just on my phone. All right. Um, Cause really I'm just kind of thugging this out. Like I said, I'm not going real far, and I'm staying close to the trail. I'm significantly off the trail now, but I've noticed there's like absolutely no one up here, and the weather's not terrible. If it was snowing, I would not be able to do this. Uh, but the snow is deep, and it's kind of that wet, packable snow, so I can easily, find my tracks and just go right. First off, all I have to do is get my tracks back to the main trail, and then I just follow the main trail back to where I'm camped at. But essentially, I'm out here just following my own footprints back and forth. But I don't think. Man, yesterday was only a half a day, and I did good. But I don't think I could ask for much more today. I got a good night's sleep for the most part. I got a good night's sleep for the most part. I had to wake up and do some stuff with charge my phone, and the electronics gave me issue, which, like I say, everything is the learning curve. Um, Everything is the learning curve. I said, even with the boots, I don't know, y'all can see my boot steaming. I don't know if y'all can see that. Drying some of this water out of it. All right. My stick that's holding my damn sausages just broke. Nope, but I got my bag here. Bag is the plate. Oh man, that smells delicious. If there anything will smell delicious, it is. Oh, excuse me. About 1:45, 1:50. I hadn't eaten today yet, and I've cut wood and walked and a lot of stuff. So I'm hungry. Mm. Wow. That's the view. A little campfire. Little campfire. A little food. Nice view. Well, I'm gonna finish my food, y'all. Save a little juice and battery and such. That's some peaceful sounds right there. That is nice. I think everybody should experience something like this at least once in their life. Just going outside. I mean, you ain't got to go this hard, but just being outside in nature, quiet. Right? I mean, that's it. The view. You know, like I said, winter ain't everybody's thing, but it's hard to beat this view, man. Little small fire. Oh man, that's some chilling right there. Whew. All right, y'all. I packed up from our little spot, put the fire out, just threw some snow on it. It was nice and small. Now I'm about to get headed back up, and I'm gonna see. My legs got a little cold sitting here next to this river. I'm gonna see if I'm going to hit the trail or if I'm gonna keep following this trail along the river. I got, what is it? It's like 210. I'm not super far away, but I don't, like I said, this is all kind of new, so I'm not about to chance nothing. I'll maybe go another hour or so and then head back because I think I need to get a little bit more firewood. Last night I didn't run out, but this morning, like right before I woke up, I had to put like my last log in. And I'd like to have the big campfire outside of the tent a little bigger than it was last night, and be able to sit out there and kind of chill for a little bit. So we're about to get back to it. I'm gonna get me a GoPro and all of that stuff set up so y'all can really see like what I'm really having to hold the phone constantly. Let's see. Ooh, ooh. All right. I just got to make it back up here, and then I'll find my footprints. Let's see. We might as well do that now because this is so tracked up. I can't see my prints at all. So this is what I meant. I talk about I got to get better at learning the geography, topography, learning how to read a map properly and all of that. Because, I know I came down here. I'm just going to back up to this ridge. Right? I know where how I can get to my footprints, but you just want to be a little bit smarter, a little wiser about doing this. All right. So this is a good example of what I was just referencing in the last video about learning your stuff, having a compass, dropping pins, all of that stuff, right? So, now, like I said, I was paid pretty close attention. So I just walked back up, bang, you can see my footprints. Those are footprints leading in, all right? You follow them, wrap around that tree, and then it starts getting a little murky because as you see, the trail that's very dominant right there is not my feet. That is a deer run, right? And there are lots of tracks everywhere from deer and other animals. So I'm going to walk this a little bit, but it's so many leaves and so many tracks. I might just follow after. I'm going to walk a few minutes this way, and depending on what it looks like, I might just walk back and get back to the trail so I can do some more exploring, but do it safely. Because this is so tracked up. If the weather turns on me, or for some reason I'm not back in the area close enough, this would be extremely difficult to follow with the sun down or sun even setting. So I'm about to get back to it for a minute. But this is what I look at that. It would be almost impossible to follow some tracks this way. So I'm going to try to be pretty strategic about where I go right now, and then I may head back to the to the trail. All right, y'all. So I came quite a ways again off the trail, following somewhat along the river, and now I've hit this really marshy, swampy area. And no, that is not very much to cross, but my feet are already wet again. And one misstep in that, because I'd be trying to walk across the logs or something like that, I'm going to go back. But I am going to take a slightly different trail because I'm so close to the river. I know I can get to where I need to go. But looks interesting to me. So I'm going to climb up and go through there. All right, y'all. So I had kind of told myself that I wanted to see a bear track, and I thought I saw one coming in, but I couldn't re-find it. But as I was taking this step, and I've walked through it now, so some of it can be hard. But as I was taking this step, this is what I believe. I'm assuming rather is a bear footprint right there. All right. It looks like this is crystallized around the pad. And if you look at the top, those are like little nail imprints, doesn't it? Let's see if we can find another one. It's clearly walking this way. See, there's so many other footprints, but that right there looks like it could be one. Let's see. I don't really see any more from right here. It's like I said, so many tracks down in here. Let's see, that's something. So that's interesting. Thank God I got my buddy with me. So we're about to head back. I can tell you, right? You can try to make landmarks when you're in the woods, right? Of course, rivers, obviously, right? Let's see, I got that little swamp inlet right there, and this little creek coming off the corner, right? So the deal is you can make as many landmarks if you want to, unless you pin it, tag it, or you, like I said, you got your maps and your whole nine. The problem is not that your memory is wrong. Your memory is right. When you looked and said, okay, that's the tree that this and blah, blah. But the problem is you're looking at it from a different angle. So when you coming back, that tree don't look the same, right? It has different markings on the backside of the tree, right? And this is going back to me referencing me following my footprints, because of course I've gotten way off my track. I have no clue where my footprints are as of this moment. I know they're that general direction, right? Because I stayed tight along the river. And I also know if I stay along the river, I'll end up back at my little spot that I camped at on that little embankment. And then I know I can get to my footprints. And even if I couldn't, I know the way back to the main trail. There's a very distinct hill that, because it's snow covered, I'm not even sure it's a track, but it's a very distinct, just because it's one of the higher hills. Plus, it's one of a really rundown deer run, so it'll be easy to find anyway. So all this little stuff helps. Knowing little stuff like that. A lot of the stuff I know from doing the hunting stuff, and then a lot of it I know from following other people that do this type of stuff. And I just watched them so much. It's just so interesting to me. And I'm like, man, I can do that. Like, and here I am. So I'm going to keep on rocking out. Let's see if I can get this camera set up for y'all. Let's see. Okay. So this is essentially chest height. What I see, this chest pack tends to lean toward the ground. Right? Just like doing that. So, let me try to make an adjustment here. That looks like that might have did it. So y'all can go on this walk with me. Whew. My hands and got a little chilly, so I let my hands get cold. As I got on these, I just got on my regular little. These are more my working gloves than they are. They're not winter gloves at all. Okay, but that's what you got pockets for. And I got some of the hot hand warmers if it's that serious. My hands aren't that cold yet. So that was. Oh, and I didn't get it on. See, I think that big pad spot right there. I think that could be a bear track too. The interesting thing to me so far has been that one, I've seen so many deer tracks. It's crazy. Oh, look at that. This is exactly where I crossed before. Those are my footprints. But the bear tracks are interesting. One, just to know they're out here, right? And keep thinking to myself, because I've spent my entire life hunting on private land in the Upper Peninsula. And by private, I just mean this is, it's not owned by the state. It's not a deer ranch, a lodge, right? There are no feeders. There's nothing going on. The gentleman that allowed my dad and his friends to hunt on their property, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, maybe now, 30 something, 35, 40 years ago. He used to be a dairy farmer. So they had a lot of corn and alfalfa and other things like that. And he just allowed them to hunt on the land. You had to pay, of course, but he was one of the people up there. And at least what my pops told me, because he didn't learn to hunt till he was like in his 30s when he started hunting. He just told me they always went to the UP because they're like, man, you can go to UP and you're at least guaranteed a doe, right? Like it's so many deer up there. That's how we end up doing, right? Going 8 hours away to hunt. And it just became our normal spot. Like I'm walking through here and it's like, well, yeah, man. This is still a long drive and it's a lot. And I don't know that this is good deer hunting country, like during the time this hunting season. But this amount of tracks, it's crazy. So, yeah, and the thing. Yeah, see, this is why. See, if I was coming back without following my footprints, I would have stayed closer to the river. But I can see my footprints. Plus, I remember this tree. It's a big old tree. I don't know what's been eating on it. I would assume it's the beaver situation again. Look at me, off track already. I stayed looking at the ground, but so I don't want to look at the ground. I want to look at everything else. Yeah, there we go. Tracks go up here. And I remember almost sliding down that hill. So this is good prep work for me also. I want to go on a mule deer or elk hunt this year. I'm just going to keep trekking along this here area. Oh, I can see my footprints in the distance. Okay, I picked them back up. This is what I talked about. Look at all these tracks. It's hard. You just got to be paying attention to find your own footprints in all of this mess. But what I did is I looked up. If you look straight forward next to the little tree with that squiggly at the bottom, you'll see that's why I stepped to the side of the deer tracks. So the deer tracks will automatically get my attention. Just train myself to look for them over all these years. But in deep snow like this, you can make a really good, good track. And if you were to get off a little bit, you can come back and see exactly where you are. So I'm familiarizing myself with the area. It looks like this trail is going to take me away from the river. Once I'm not back at the trail yet. We got a little ways. So I'm going to go ahead and cut y'all off. Just give you a quick idea of what's going on in here. And then I'm going to get back to the trail, see how far I can get. See what time it is when I get back to where it was. And then we'll see how far we can go.